I couldn't believe it either. Blew my mind when I saw that the federal government was giving a $5,000 hiring incentive. I'm not only going to tell you where to apply, but stay with me because whether you're applying or not, I'm going to give you 4 timeless reasons why you should work for the federal government. Unfortunately, I can't say that the entire federal government is providing a $5,000 incentive, but the Food Safety and Inspection Service is, and they have locations throughout the United States. I will say that there are financial incentives across the federal government that I'm going to share with you that you need to consider even if you're not applying for this job. But rather than I completely mess up the details for this content, the biggest piece of information you need to know for this particular incentive is that you have from November 5th to December 31st, 2021 to apply. If you are tardy for the party and this date is passed, still stay with me because the 4 reasons that I'm going to give you why you should apply will remain the same no matter when you watch this video. I got great information for you. On the website fsis.usda.gov, you can see a multitude of positions as well as their starting salary and locations. Many of these positions are intern or interim positions. And right there is the first area I can be your best advocate. Because even if the bonus deadline has passed, remember, I'm here to represent you. The first and most valuable insight I can provide you with is that, as I've said in a previous video, do not overlook an entry-level position. Because as surprised as I may have initially been that the federal government is surprised that the federal government is providing an incentive, after I thought about it, I receive a bonus incentive every single year. Because as I've told you, I work for the federal government and yearly I receive a bonus based on the outcomes met by our command as well as my professional performance. That bonus can range anywhere from 0, and that's just your mess, to thousands of dollars. And that payment I receive every year since I've been with the federal government, and it comes generally right before Christmas. Perfect. I receive it, and I expect to receive it again. The second valuable insight, number 2, is how I started my federal career. I started as an intern in an entry-level position. No, I was not right out of college. I was a grown adult establishing my career. Let me do it again. I was a grown adult establishing my career. And I thought what I was doing was taking a leap of faith to get my foot in the door in a lateral position. But the magnitude of the opportunity, as I've expressed to you across my videos, is that I've not only doubled my income, but I maximized my professional and personal opportunities as a result of taking that leap of faith. It's not ever been my experience, doesn't mean it doesn't happen, but it's never been my experience to see an intern or an interim employee being not offered a position with the federal government or being able to seek a position in another command or organization after they've completed their internship. Why would anyone, whether it be the federal government or the private sector, take the time to train an employee, much less go through the entire application and interview process to not hire you? So that's going to be my number 2 timeless tip. Before we go on to the rest of my 4 timely tips, this news is exciting about the $5,000 bonus, but it's also information that I'd like you to hit a like and hit subscribe so that you don't miss out. Help my channel grow because I benefit from your likes and from your feedback. The third insight, timeless, that I have to share with you is to consider locality pay. Yeah, I didn't know about locality pay when I started. Locality pay, in my opinion, is an incentive as well. You'll get paid on top of your civilian pay an additional amount of money based on where you live. So let's give an example. You make $45,000 out in your civilian job or $15 an hour. When you work for the federal government, in addition to your base pay, there's a locality pay that's based on where your workstation is. Okay, so let's say you live in a major city and that amount can equate to an additional several $1,000s a year or let's say you live in a rural area, you're not overlooked. You're still going to receive an additional stipend on top of your base pay. And that amount is calculated in addition to that flat 35, 45, 55, whatever it is. You're not going to just make the face value of that posted position. You're going to make a locality pay as well. And as I've said, that locality could be in the city, it could be in the country, but you're going to receive it in addition to your base pay. I know many savvy employees who strategize their job-seeking efforts in order to work in areas that provide the greatest incentives and yet themselves live in rural areas. My point is, there are too many benefits and incentives to cover that have the potential to work toward your advantage when you choose to work for the federal government. I've only just scratched the surface, and I'll be circling back to give you more details and insight for each incentive that I mentioned here later in content as my channel grows. The last and fourth insight is preparation for the silver tsunami. Baby boomers retiring in 2023, and what may be the great resignation as a result of the mandates for the federal agencies to be vaccinated. Federal agencies, I predict, because it's smart, will feel the impact themselves of being competitive to find qualified applicants. Much like the $5,000 incentive. Again, put your ear to the ground and be able to assess what's coming down the road. Well, that silver tsunami is coming, and you should see it as an opportunity for you to ride the wave and get your foot in the door. The quality of applicants will not be compromised, that I can assure you, and we don't want that. As taxpayers, we want our government to have premium employees, and you're one of them. So get ready and do it the smart way, which I know you are because you're here. Preparation is the key. Remember the tortoise and the hare. Preparation reflects your character, who you are as a person, as well as the characters, the digits, what you type into your profile. That's what matters. There you have it. 4 timeless tips: bonus pay, locality pay, interim and interim positions, and the silver tsunami. And look, here's a bonus. Check out my tutorial, The Smartest Way to Get a Government Job. Don't skip a lesson, don't fast forward, and watch it until you get it all in. Type in the comments what you don't understand. Ask me questions. I'm going to reply. My tutorial will never cost you a thing, and it's always prepared with content that truly is in your best interest. I'm learning on this YouTube journey, and while the production video may not be perfectly produced, it is definitely perfectly created for your success.